What's going on everyone, it's Chivo Platinums and today we're going to talk about one of the biggest what ifs in PlayStation trophy hunting. Why doesn't infamous Festival of Blood have a platinum trophy? If you've ever completed a fantastic vampire themed adventure, you've probably looked at the trophy list, reached 100% and thought, wait, is that it? No platinum? And for a game that's completely standalone, that decision still confuses trophy hunters over a decade later. So today let's look at why Festival of Blood never received a platinum trophy and whether Sony made the right decision and why I think it absolutely deserves one. So released on October of 2011 for the PlayStation 3, Infamous Festival of Blood is a standalone expansion to Infamous 2. Rather than continuing the main story, Sucker Punch decided to create a Halloween themed adventure where Cole McGrath gets bitten by a vampire and has one night to stop Bloody Mary before becoming a vampire forever. The game introduced new powers like turning into bats, blood-based abilities and a darker atmosphere. That made it feel completely different from the main game. Even though it reused the new Maris map, it wasn't just another DLC mission. It had its own story, its own collectibles, its own abilities, its own ending. It generally felt like a small standalone game. Festival of Blood includes 14 trophies, 1 gold, 2 silver, 11 bronze, but no platinum whatsoever. To earn 100% you need to finish the story, collect every canopic jar, discover all of Mary's teachings, unlock every vampire power, hunt hidden fistborn vampires and complete a handful of challenge style trophies. For experienced players it's only around 3 to 5 hours long, so why wasn't there a platinum waiting at the end? The biggest reason comes down to Sony's trophy policy at the time. Back in the PlayStation 3 era, most downloadable games simply didn't receive platinum trophies. Sony generally reserved the rights for full retail releases, while PSN titles and downloadable expansions usually topped out at 100% completion. Festival of Blood launched as a downloadable title through the PlayStation Store, rather than a box retail game, so it followed the same approach as many other downloadable releases from that era. The strange part, Festival of Blood isn't really a DLC. You don't even need Infamous 2 to play it. It can be purchased and played completely on its own. That makes it feel much closer to a standalone game than an expansion. Personally, I think Festival of Blood absolutely deserved a platinum trophy. Look at games released later. Standalone expansions like Infamous First Light received full platinum trophies. Spider-Man Miles Morales has a platinum. Uncharted The Lost Legacy has one. Even much shorter games today often launch with platinums. Festival of Blood helped prove there was an audience for smaller standalone experiences. If it had released just a few years later on in PlayStation 4, I honestly believe Sony would have given it a platinum without hesitation. Instead, it sits in a strange place where trophy hunters finish everything and never get that satisfaction of a platinum pop. Over the years, trophy communities have continued to bring this up. Whenever people complete the entire Infamous series, Festival of Blood always stands out as the odd one because you can only achieve 100% completion, instead of adding another platinum to your collection. It's still worth playing, it's still worth completing, but there's always that tiny feeling that something's missing. So right guys, what do you think? Should Infamous Festival of Blood have received a platinum trophy? Or was Sony right to keep it as a downloadable title with only 100% trophy list? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to Chivo's Platinums for more PlayStation trophy content, and I'll see you all in the next one. Happy trophy hunting guys. Now with this game only having 15 trophies, it took roughly 6 hours to complete.
Cemetery. Turns out he was in tune with some sort of vampire-killing relic.
So then after the first trophy, we managed to get a trophy for biting a member of a street parade.
I'd love to get me a goth girl. All that eye makeup, I'd be like kissing a raccoon. Whew, that's hot.
And that is Dinner Theatre.
Mary before sunrise, she'd have him and everyone
And then after
else
that was
converted by the
quickly
end of the
followed
week.
by Bite Club,
Truth was,
which is to bite 100
sacrificing
civilians.
a few folks was the only way to achieve the greater good. But damn if it didn't take a chunk out of that boy's soul.
And that is Bite
Every
Club.
single bite.
This bit was fun. This is called the underground, and you can get from one end to the other to get to this second sort of area that you need to be in. And you know, this is full of enemies as well. Things go on in the asset. You know, it's quite active for underground. It was very active.
Take him!
Right, so we've got underground tour, and that is for reaching the end of the catacombs without being on any sort of mission. Now when you defeat an enemy, they get knocked and you can actually stake them, and that's the best way to sort of finish them off, and the only way. So here we get our 100th one done, and this drops us another trophy. Nice, we've got raising the stakes. Now jotted all around the map there are vampire packs, which come as a little icon on the screen, and to take 20 of them out you get a trophy as well. Nice, we've got give them the Fanger. And now this is the boss fight at the end, and I've left this in because it was quite good. I did sort of struggle a bit. I didn't really know what the crack was, because when she becomes available to hit the boss, you've only got a small little window of opportunity to get that, and there are waves and waves of enemies, and something you have to, you know, sort of take that into fact, because you can get overrun very quickly. You know, you have to keep your wits about you. But I'll let this play through. I'm not going to talk through it, and then we'll come back at the end of the fight.
Let's get out of here. Detonators are all set.
Oh, shit, Cole. The sun.
Hurry up! We get out of this hole, and I'll torch it.
You feel it now? Oh, you're mine, vampire. Forever.
Follow my voice. Come on, man. I'll see you through. Come on, man. That's it.
No, no!
and that is thanks for playing. Right, so now the story's done. This now opens up the UGC missions, which I believe is the 28th of August becomes unobtainable because the servers will go offline. So that's why I'm sort of rushing to get this through and get it done as quick as possible. So for the 20 user generated missions, what I normally do was go to start, user generated content, search, type in easy and search again, and you just get like a boatload of really easy missions which take maybe a second, if that, and just go down, remember sort of which one you've done, and then just make sure that you don't repeat the same mission, because if you do, it doesn't count. It has to be 20 separate missions. So this one's a little bit different to the rest, but just put a rating on it. Recommend it, yes. And that is play, create, scare. Right, so at this stage we managed to get half of the canopic jars, and we dropped our trophy for the half of the collectibles. And then with 50 canopic jars collected, that gave us a halfway point. We then got the last 50, a couple more extra, and got 100 canopic jars for another trophy. In fight mode. And so I forgot to record this, and we got Count Dracula, and that is to unlock all powers. And then to find 10 of these, we unlocked the trophy Bleeder's Digest, discover all of Mary's teachings.
Men condemn my feelings as the worst kind of sin, but their judgments are naive and short-sighted. I have watched generations of men rise and fall. Their bodies
and then for the last and final trophy, we had to get 20 firstborn exposals. So when you go into this sort of stealth mode, to say, you know, we can see people. If you see people with a heart, leave them alone. If you see people without a heart, they're the firstborns, and you have to get 20 of those. I didn't understand that at the beginning. I didn't understand what the red glow around his head was, but when it glows red around his head, you're close to a firstborn. So then go behind it, press triangle, and then you'll instantly stake and take out that enemy. As you can see, I'm just staking them out. You can see them before it glows red as well, but there it is. We found the final one. Just a little bit tight to pop. and that gave us Steakhouse. Right guys, so that is Infamous done. It's got a 100% completion rate on it now, and to be honest, if you're not too fussed about not having a platinum, I would really recommend going and experiencing this game. I had a lot of fun with it. It came to the collectibles, I thought, yeah, a little bit tricky, but I had to follow a guide for the Mary's teachings. I just couldn't find the last one. I must have run around for at least 40 minutes and just couldn't find it. So I was able to use a guide just for that last one. And then as regards to the other collectibles, which is about 100, you unlock an ability once you're doing 5 of the Mary's teachings, and it shows you where they all are on the map, so it's not too difficult. But honestly, this franchise Infamous is really good, and I'm so stoked to be able to play this and really looking forward to playing the rest. The second one I'm probably going to continue with at the minute, just need to get so far into the story, and then I should be able to unlock the multiplayer side of it, and then I could just push on and get them done. But for those of you who don't know, on the 28th of August, I believe that's the right date, or maybe the 31st, the servers will shut down and these will now be unobtainable. So get them done as quick as you can, and then you haven't got the worry. You can always go back and clear up the story a bit later on. But guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.